All right, here we go. 7 rounds with the Dallas Cowboys NFL mock draft. We're just about a week away from the 2025 NFL draft, and the Dallas Cowboys are one team on the list that I got to get in before we get to the draft in Green Bay. I'm going to be in Tampa Bay. I always want to say Tampa, not Green. But the Cowboys got a shit ton of picks. They're picking at 12, 44, 76, 149, 174, 204, 211, 217, 239, and 247. So I haven't done any trades in the last few. But you know what? I might just do a trade today. We'll see what happens. I might have to trade up, though, because this is a shit ton of picks. We're going to get after it. Click that like button. Click subscribe if you are here on YouTube, if you're on podcast, do the same thing. Leave a 5-star review as always. Thank you all. Appreciate y'all as always for tapping in. All right, let's get into this mock draft. Let's get into these Dallas Cowgirls and see what we can get them for a draft selection. All right, here at 12, Will Johnson goes in front. Jahdae Barron goes in front. Tyler Warren. Wide receiver is going to be the first place I check. Luther Burden's available. Mecca Buka, Matthew Golden. Matthew Golden's what I was looking for. Ted McMillan went off at 5 to the Jags in this mock draft iteration, according to the PFF mock draft simulator. I don't know if I agree with that, but hey, he went off the board. Ashton Genty also went off the board in this draft. So the Cowboys are up here. Running back, receiver, offensive line, they need a right guard. If Membu's here, Membu would be a hammer. I don't know if Membu's available or not. I can check. No Membu. However, we do have a Josh Simmons, a Kelvin Banks. Membu kind of stings. I would have loved Membu to be there. I know Banks has been attached to the Dallas Cowboys a few times as well. I'm looking at, though, the team, the players I have listed is Genty, McMillan, and Golden kind of as direct focuses for the Cowboys. So I'm going to give them Matthew Golden here, give them a number 2. They talked about needing an explosive number 2. Stephen Jones did, so I'm going to go that direction. Here in round 2, they're up at pick 44. Maxwell Hairston goes in front of them. Donovan Jackson in front of them as well. If we're looking elsewhere, as far as team needs go for the Cowboys, I have down tackle, guard, tackle be a later round pick, guard, right guard, running back, and edge. If I look at running back right now, again, you have Javonte Williams, you have Miles Sanders on the roster right now. 44, Quinshawn and Travion Henderson are available. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? In round 2, they're going to get an Ohio State back. I think Cowboy Nation would kill me right now if I didn't take one of these guys. So Travion Henderson falls to 44, past the Raiders. We're doing it. I don't know how realistic this is, but we're doing it here. Cowboy Nation, we're joining forces. Round 1, you get Golden. Round 2, you get Travion Henderson. This is the nuts beginning for the Dallas Cowboys. All right, let's look on the interior offensive line. We need a right guard. I don't really love what's available right now. I think I'm going to kick the can on down a couple of rounds before we're going to go offensive line. All right, pick 76. Let's check out other spots. Let's look at edge. Let's see what's available at edge right now for the Cowboys. Josiah Stewart, complete maniac out of Michigan. I like that. Jordan Birch gotten a lot of pump up the last couple of months. Ashton Gillette is very interesting. I think I want to go Josiah Stewart, but I'm going to check out the overall board and just see what's overall available at the top here. Harvey, Mason Taylor. Let's go ahead and let's go edge. Let's go back to the edge room. We're going to take Josiah Stewart. I love going edge. They need edge. I mean, Sam Williams had an injury this past year. Micah Parsons, of course, trying to get paid right now, is what it is. All right, let's look at offensive line again. Let's look at tackle again. And let's look DB. We're getting late here. Johnny Cornelius is here. Elijah Huzzy. Quincy Riley. You know what I really want to take, though? People are going to hate this. I don't care. Carson Vincent to come in on day 1 and learn right tackle from Terrence Steele, but then play right guard on day 1, which is what they need. Pick 149. I just made a video here on the Draft Ranking Show talking about the biggest values in the draft. Vincent was one of those 5 guys. So I don't care what you think. He's going right here. Pick 174. Quinn Ewer's name is right there at the top of the screen. That's not going to happen. He's not going to be available in the 5th round, so let's not act like he will be. Let's look elsewhere. Let's go back to look at those offensive line spots. Emory Jones is interesting. Let's look at receiver again. Conrad Munfield, Sam Brown's interesting. Let's look at safety. Let's look at the Dallas. What else do I have for a need here? Oh, yeah, I think we can look. I mean, listen, I know that the cornerback room's fine. I love Caitlin Carson, to be honest with you, but they had Andrew Booth in a trade, Kyer Elam. I think they could use some depth at corner. Let's look at corner quick. Za Frazier. I think we get a couple of corners in this draft. And we're in a good spot right now, 174. Our next selection is 204. I don't know if any of these guys dropped to there. I'm going to take Za right now. The Za is a massive guy, lengthy. I think can learn a lot from Trevon Diggs. Sorry, I don't know why I said Travion. Because it's probably because I took Travion Henderson just a minute ago. Let's go back to the defensive back room. All right, Jalen Smith, Upton Stout, Kitten Crawford, Elijah Clark. All right, we're getting down a little bit where we got to I'm not going to push down further out of pocket here. Go back to receiver. Andrew Armstrong from Arkansas, 6'3", 6'4", big wide receiver on the outside for Arkansas this last year. I think you're looking for some speed. Andrew Armstrong's that guy. Again, 6th round pick. Jerry Jones gets a guy from Arkansas. Of course he does. All right, we got 4 picks left here in round 6 right now. Check out quarterback for a late round guy to put behind Dak and company. Seth Hennigan's very interesting to me. I love Seth Hennigan. From them perspective, Curtis Works probably there. I'm going to put a pin in Seth Hennigan and come back probably in 230s and see if I can get him. Let's check elsewhere. Tight end. What's available for tight end right now? Caden Priest, Jalen Conyers. Come on. Luke Lachey's available in the late 6th round. We're taking Luke Lachey. If you can get an Iowa tight end in the 6th round, you do it. All right, round 7. Let's just take our quarterback right now. I just talked about it. I'm gonna take Seth Hennigan right now. I don't want to kick the can down to 239. What other spots can we fill up? We could probably use some dart throws at the offensive line. Let's look at center. Don't love any of that. Let's look at tackle. Don't love any of that. How about D tackle? D tackle could use a little bit of depth behind Mozzie and Osa. They added Solomon Thomas this year. Howard Cross being here. Eric Gregory. I like Eric Gregory. Let's take Eric Gregory from another Arkansas guy from Jerry. How about that? And pick 247, the last selection for the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go ahead and add a safety. Let's see what's available at safety. Let's add a safety behind Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker. Elijah Clark. How about that? How about Shiloh? Let's just take Shiloh. They get a Sanders in Dallas. Of course they do. They got to make sure Shiloh gets drafted. Otherwise, they might get a phone call that says, hey, you had an opportunity to take Shiloh, but you didn't take him. And I don't know who it's going to come from, but it might come from Dion. Here's the draft for the Cowboys. This is a massive one here. Matthew Golden, wide receiver from Texas. Travion Henderson, running back from Ohio State. Edge rusher Josiah Stewart from Michigan. Carson Vincent to play right guard on day 1, transition to right tackle in year 2 or 3 once Terrence Steele moves on. Za Frazier from UTSA, long cornerback in the 5th. Andrew Armstrong, another receiver in the 6th, followed by Luke Lachey. Seth Hennigan from Memphis, love that selection. And then Eric Gregory in the 7th, played D-line behind Osa and Mozzie, potentially beat out Mozzie. And then Shiloh Sanders to play with Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson on the back end for the Dallas Cowboys. They gave us a C+ on this thing, a bottom 24% for the draft for the Cowboys. Such a stupid grading system that they have over there at the Cockamamie PFF. That is an excellent draft, if you ask me twice. Congratulations to the Dallas Cowboys. That offense is vastly improved in year 1. Year 1 of what? Travion Henderson and Matthew Golden with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. Hell of an offense.